Right now, as you're watching this video, the criminal empire Lucky Luciano built in the 1930s is still making billions of dollars. Pablo Escobar studied his methods. El Chapo used his structure. The Italian Mafia, Mexican cartels, Russian mob, they all follow the same blueprint. And it was created by one man who arrived in America with nothing but a dream to control everything. This is how a 9-year-old immigrant became the godfather of every crime boss you've ever heard of. Sicily, Italy. A baby is born who will change crime forever. His name, Salvatore Lucania. But the world will know him as Lucky Luciano. Here's what nobody tells you. Lucky didn't grow up wanting to be a gangster. He grew up needing to be one. At age 9, his family packed everything they owned into 2 suitcases and sailed to New York City. Imagine that. You're 9 years old, you don't speak English, your family is dead broke, and you land in the most violent slum in America, the Lower East Side of Manhattan. Within weeks, Lucky learned the first rule of the streets: get organized or get destroyed. While other kids were playing stickball, 10-year-old Lucky Luciano was running a protection racket. And here's the crazy part. He wasn't protecting kids from adults. He was protecting Jewish kids from Italian bullies. One of those Jewish kids, Meyer Lansky. Remember that name. It becomes critical later. By age 14, Lucky had dropped out of school. He told his father, "I'm too smart for school. The real education is out there." And he was right. The streets became his Harvard. His MBA, his empire-building masterclass. He started with petty theft, then gambling, then extortion, then narcotics. But here's what separated Lucky from every other street thug. He saw patterns. While everyone else was fighting over nickels and dimes, Lucky was studying the system. He noticed something. The guys who made real money weren't the toughest. They were the most organized. Then 1920 happened. January 17, 1920. The United States banned alcohol. Overnight, the biggest product in America became illegal. And Lucky Luciano saw the opportunity of a lifetime. Listen to this. Before Prohibition, the entire American Mafia was making maybe $5 million a year. By 1925, on $2 billion. That's like $35 billion today. Bootlegging wasn't just profitable, it was revolutionary. But here's the problem. Every gangster in New York wanted a piece. The city turned into a war zone. Italians versus Irish, Jews versus Italians, family versus family. Blood in the streets every single night. And Lucky watched all of it and thought, these idiots are thinking too small. While everyone else was tribal, Lucky did something that would get him killed by traditional mafia bosses. He teamed up with Jewish mobsters. Meyer Lansky, Bugsy Siegel, Dutch Schultz. Old school Sicilian mobsters were furious. They believed in blood only. Italians with Italians, period. But Lucky said something that would echo through history. There's no such thing as Jewish money or Italian money. There's just money. This one sentence changed organized crime forever. Now at this point you might be thinking, okay, Lucky was a smart criminal, so what? Here's what. Lucky was about to do something no gangster had ever done before. Something so bold, so dangerous, that it would either make him the king of the underworld or get him killed within 24 hours. April 15, 1931, Coney Island, New York. Joe the boss Masseria sits down for lunch at a restaurant called Nova Villa Tomorrow. He's the most powerful mafia boss in America. Untouchable, feared. Across the table, Lucky Luciano, his loyal lieutenant. They eat, they talk, they play cards. Then Lucky excuses himself to go to the bathroom. And the moment he walks away, 4 men enter the restaurant with guns. Bang, 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 6 bullets. Joe Masseria collapses dead on the floor, ace of diamonds still in his hand. Lucky comes back from the bathroom, looks at the body, and according to witnesses says nothing, just walks out. Lucky Luciano just ordered the execution of his own boss. Why? Because Joe Masseria represented everything holding the mafia back. He was old-fashioned, emotional, violent for no reason. He ran the mob like a medieval kingdom. Lucky wanted to run it like a Fortune 500 company. And that's exactly what he did. 3 weeks later, Lucky calls a meeting. Every major mob boss in America shows up. And Lucky presents them with a plan that sounds insane. We're going to stop killing each other. We're going to form a commission. 5 families, equal power. We vote on major decisions, no emotional hits. No territory wars without approval. We run this like a business, the room goes silent. Then one by one they agree. The commission was born. This wasn't a gang anymore. This was a criminal corporation. With a CEO. A board of directors. Departments. Structure. Rules. Lucky created organizational hierarchy. Bosses, underbosses, capos, soldiers. Dispute resolution. Systems. The commission voted on conflicts, non-compete agreements. Territories were divided and respected. Profit-sharing models. Everyone got a cut, reducing betrayal. Diversification. Gambling, unions, drugs, smuggling, multiple revenue streams. Does this sound familiar? It should. Because every cartel, every crime syndicate, every organized gang on Earth today still uses this exact structure. Pablo Escobar's Medellin cartel, Lucky's blueprint. El Chapo's Sinaloa cartel, Lucky's blueprint. The Russian Mafia, Lucky's blueprint. Lucky Luciano didn't just run the Mafia. He industrialized crime itself. But here's the thing about power. The higher you rise, the bigger the target on your back. By 1936, Lucky was untouchable. He controlled prostitution, gambling, narcotics, labor unions. He was making millions. But then a young, ambitious prosecutor named Thomas Dewey decided to take him down. Dewey couldn't prove murder, couldn't prove racketeering, so he went after something else. Prostitution. Lucky was arrested and charged with running a massive prostitution ring. The trial was a circus. Dewey paraded 68 witnesses, mostly prostitutes who testified against Lucky. Was the trial fair? Probably not. Many historians believe witnesses were coerced, but the jury didn't care. Guilty. 30 to 50 years in prison. The king of the underworld was locked in a cell. But even behind bars, Lucky Luciano was still the most powerful criminal in America. World War II. The US government has a problem. German U-boats are sabotaging ships in New York Harbor. Intelligence is terrible. Security is a joke. So the military does something unthinkable. They ask the Mafia for help. Specifically, they go to Lucky Luciano. From his prison cell, Lucky makes a few phone calls. Suddenly, the docks are secure. Sabotage stops, intelligence flows in. When the Allies plan to invade Sicily, Lucky provides contacts, maps, safe houses. A criminal helped win World War II. In return, Lucky's sentence is reduced. In 1946, he's released, but with one condition. He's deported to Italy. He can never return to America. Lucky Luciano spent the rest of his life in exile. Italy, Cuba for a while. Always moving, always watched. But even from across the ocean, his influence never faded. The commission kept running. The families kept making money. His system was too good to die. January 26, 1962, Naples, Italy. Lucky Luciano dies of a heart attack at age 64, but his legacy immortal. Every drug cartel today uses his distribution model. Every organized crime family uses his hierarchy. Every criminal enterprise uses his rulebook. Lucky Luciano proved something terrifying. Evil doesn't need chaos, it needs order. He showed that crime, when organized, is almost unstoppable. And the empire he built, it's still out there, still operating, still making billions, right now today, while you're watching this.